Well, in those days, we didn't go into town that often.
No, it's so a long ways to walk or riding away.
You better
all
believe
day.
It. And so if they had been on the market, we wouldn't have been exposed to them.
No. They wasn't over in stores out here and probably not in town.
Well, I suppose.
Well, yeah.
The drugstore and all, they probably had them.
Yeah. But,
well, of course, that was later years when I was little. I mean, there out there. Still didn't even have a store out there. Never had.
Really?
Small.
No, it's amazing how many things that's taken so for granted today.
Mm-hmm.
That
cracker and peanut butter. I love peanut butter, and I couldn't wait for Aunt Lizzie to come home from Michigan in the summer. We'd go to her house. I wouldn't even buy to lunch. I'd have crackers or peanut butter mostly. She put them in crackers.
Do you remember when
we never had it at home?
You remember the first I can remember having?
Mm-mm.
Margie Millsap brought Willeen down here, and we had peanut butter and crackers. Mom, you know, she always had children's furniture for us.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a little table and chairs, and I remember the three of us sat at this table. We had cracker and peanut butter. Now, I don't know on that particular day if Mama had mixed peanut butter with butter. Remember how she used to stretch it?
Mm-hmm.
And until this day, I really like it.
Oh, I do that all the time.
Butter.
I do too.
Just because that's how I learned to eat it in the
crazy,
beginning.
I guess.
See, Margie and them, they had a store up there.
Yes.
Of course, they didn't bring. Did they bring peanut
No,
butter?
I don't think. Well, I don't know. If they brought it, I can't remember it. I don't know if Mama had bought it maybe someplace.
Well, we just didn't have money to
But it
buy
was a special treat. Well, we weren't exposed to it because we weren't in stores.
People didn't.
Well, you had to live like the rest. Nobody else did.
Now, we had the raw peanuts that we ate all the time, but to have it in peanut butter.
You could have made peanut butter.
But we didn't know how.
Smith's wife learned.
Who had heard of it? I mean, we didn't know of such a thing.
Washington Carver knew about it.
We didn't know of him.
In my Sunday school place there down there, I was always giving the children some little something. One Sunday, I gave all of them a penny pencil. Well, that Martha Goodman, she just left the place and run to show it to Sam and hers, Sam and Love, like Sam didn't have hundreds of them in the store. But she was so proud of it, she wanted her daddy and mother to see it. And she left the place and went to show it to them.
Claire and I were talking the other day, though, about how much we had on the farm to eat. Peanuts, all kinds of nuts, and all the fruits.
Like a roast
so
potato.
Much that kids today don't have.
Well, we had a better diet than
a far better diet.
Most of them now, they talk about people being poor. Well, you didn't have no money much, but if you was on the farm, you had a better diet, really, than they do.
Than they could buy in the city if they had money.
Yeah.
And none of us had cavities in our permanent teeth for years.
Bake a few of them cold down, put potatoes in there, either kind, and bake them.
Oh, yes.
Roast them in there.
But I still can't, Jim. I just don't understand why we froze for years, and they had stoves back then. And I don't know why. I don't know why we went for years in old fireplaces.
And it was so.
And you get out here with the old crosscut saw and try to cut wood, keep them things going, the wood green.
Well, we only used the one fireplace. We never made up a fire in the
room
where
Walter Ray come.
Well, that's
later.
That's after I left home.
Yeah. Rowena, you and I used to go over in the woods there and
use
crosscut saw after Leonard married.
Oh yes,
take
lots
the wagon.
Of winters we cut
wood and brought it in. Would have the glue every winter.
Every winter.
And why that wood wasn't cut when the crop was made in the fall.
People
didn't do that. It's too hot.
You waited until it was cold.
Nobody much didn't. I mean,
nobody
did. Uncle John Gooden is about that.
He's the only one I remember had wood cut.
But people could have.
Well, if he'd had, I mean, if you'd had a rick from here to that tree over there, logs and that side north.
Oh yes, and
we couldn't.
And we would get out when it'd be so cold and frozen. I can remember.
But the thing about it, Jim, it's just hard to think about. Every time you went to cook something, you had to cut wood, you had to build a fire and a cook stove, and you had to wait till the stove got hot.
And maybe the water, the ice to melt on top of the water that had been on the stove because it was all freezing.
It don't sound like, I don't know, people could have done better in a lot of ways than they did then. I guess some of them did, and we just didn't know.
Nobody in there knowing around here did.
Part of it was habit. Just this is how we've always done it. So
well, I'd say right now, but when Jim gets on older, he'll look back and see crazy things we're doing right now. Be just as silly.
Yeah. Well,
we ain't
especially
doing the easy way. We're still
doing
the hard way, you know.
Right.
So, well, why didn't you do it? I mean, you could have done it another way. Why didn't you do it?
But nobody's doors didn't fit up. A cat could go in under the door sometimes, throw an old coat or something down there.
Oh, and every morning when we go in the kitchen, the water buckets would be froze with ice that thick. I can remember. In the kitchen, Jim. Well, yes. But now I can remember very well in the wintertime. Now, this would probably be after Leonard left home, because in the end room that they didn't use for living room, that you remember the house, in the wintertime, we would have 2 beds in there, and Pearl and I would sleep in one, Mom and Papa in the other. And it would be so cold, we would bring the egg basket and put it on the mantle, fireboard we called it. Eggs would even freeze there in the basket. We would bring the water bucket and put it on the first of the steps that go upstairs. Can you remember when we had 2 steps and then a door that fastened off the upstairs? No. Well, when I was a kid, the rest of the stair was closed off by a door. 2 steps were exposed down below. We would put the water bucket with the dipper on the first step, trying to keep it from freezing so that when we were ready to make breakfast, we would have some water. It wasn't frozen. But ice would freeze on the water bucket, and sometimes we'd have to wait for it to melt enough that we could get the dipper loose from the chunk of ice. That's how cold it would be in that room.
And we kept fire all night, too. Cleve never was covered up.
Yes.
It went out.
And how many quilts we slept under, I don't know, but that's how cold it was. 7 we have slept under. I have slept under as many as 7 quilts.
But now when Dimple Sorrell and them would come over here and stay all night, Bob, we all had to share one night. And that ice froze in on there before we went to bed. There about on the stair step. Now it was cold weather then. It was 14 below zero when Joe had pneumonia there, and when we stayed up there.
Why do you think it doesn't get that cold anymore?
It's froze on the outside and the pipe there. But it don't get away below zero and stay cold a long time.
Oh, those were the good old days. And there were a lot of good things about it.
I didn't.
I didn't. I didn't either.
No, I can truthfully say there wasn't a lot of it I enjoyed.
That day that Taylor run you around the house wanting to kiss you, you really enjoyed it. She chased you, your tongue.
Well, all she wanted was a kiss.
Well, Lord, yeah.
Joe was
all she wanted was a kiss.
All she wanted was a kiss. Joe was sure, and she took a notion to kiss Leonard.
She's just like girls, she just going out.
Around the house she went.
Hila, the neighbor that lived out here, she liked Leonard.
And
they
she
were
had
the same
long
age.
legs.
She didn't like me.
She had long legs and she could run. She could beat the boys running.
She played guitar with you. We used to have a lot of fun when we were playing
sing
together. Do you remember?
What was that song she played?
Corina, I guess.
No, it was something about flowers.
I don't remember. But she would sit
It's
down.
funny, you can remember part of it and can't remember the rest.
I don't remember what song, but I can remember how she tried so hard to play the guitar and enjoyed it. Well, we used to have sing times together, though. That was fun when the kids would come out. And one game that I can remember us all playing was, what do we call it when we threw the ball over the house? Half of the kids on one side of the house.
Over ball. No. You threw it over and you'd holler,
Ante
over. Ante over.
Yell, ante over. That meant the ball was coming. You better watch out. And there was something if you caught it without it bouncing or something, I've forgotten how we kept score of
who
came out the winner.
You run around to the other side and the ones you could hit or something.
And we played ring on the string.
And what was ring on a string?
That's when you put a ring on there and each one put their hands like this.
Oh, yes.
Round, round.
Somebody was in the center and they had to try and guess who had the ring.
Guess who had the ring.
I had forgotten that game. I had forgotten that.
You had a string and you put a ring on there and you let each one's hands, hit the other chair and you'd move it from one person to another around that in the center trying to find it.
I remember that now. I've forgotten that one. That's called what? Ring on the string?
Ring on the string.
Play round town. Now that was the
hide and seek.
First of the baseball, what you call baseball now. Yeah, round town.
Straight cat.
Well, they actually had. When I was little, they had a baseball field right over here on Classburg, and they played baseball. One of the games that they had is always around here.
The men
Then finally moved up to Crossroads, up the shopping center up there. They had it up there for a while.
Down from
They used to have some pretty good
right
teams.
over there in the
Used to have some pretty good teams there.
What did Papa do if he ever had spare time and didn't really have to do anything else? Did he read, or what did he do?
Well, he read some, but he just never did have a lot of spare time. He was just busy.
Jim, he didn't work all the time.
He was just busy
He
as
piddled.
fiddle.
I
Yeah,
guess
some
you
of
call
them
it piddling. He
Yes,
piddled.
he would call it piddling.
Yeah.
If you ask him, I'm sure
He
that's
just fiddle
probably
around with things and just been fooling with something, trying to,
tinkering or
tinkering
Well,
with
you can remember him that much, Jim.
or whittling. Yeah, he had his shade.
Yeah, he would whittle, or if he started to make something, it'd take him all day.
Well, I can't never remember him whittling much still in his
Later years.
No,
he
he
didn't
didn't.
whittle
He didn't
back
real
then.
late.
Now, he did have his bees, and that's one thing when I was small that I can remember he spent a lot of time with his bees, on Sunday morning especially. He'd get up and go out and read a paper or something. If he wasn't working with the bees, he'd sit there and read a book or a paper or something, watching his bees in the meantime. But he did spend quite a bit of time working with them.
And then in the house, he was an awful hand to shell beans or peas or whatever's brought in like that. I never had nothing like that much to do.
Well, I'll tell you, from the time I was little, and I guess that's one thing that made me hate, because farming now is altogether different. But from the time that I wasn't really big enough to plow with a team,
8 years old.
I plowed. I mean, he put me at that stuff, and these old rocky hills and stuff, you hitting rocks and stuff like that, and I guess that's one thing.
That time you and Papa and Norman Howe plowed the long bottom up there. You was 8 years old then.
Yeah, I remember that very well. I mean, plowing, because they made me let the team rest one round, because theirs got hot and tired, and I was going every round they went, all day that day.
8 years old.
Now, can you imagine plowing that big field up there, just taking one team as slow as they walk, and plowing all that ground? And
You told some of them that you went to plow when Papa had to get a box for you to reach up and
Stand on.
to reach the handles and pull
How
that
old,
box.
how old were you when you planted the peas?
And he was older then.
Older
I was old enough then.
than 8?
Yeah, he was older than 8.
I was over 10, I'd say.
That's right along up at the fence
He was
yonder.
supposed to be planting peas in the corn, and he decided to get rid of them and bury them all in one place. They told on him.
Oh, them peas
Well,
were up there.
They all came
I
up.
got by some of it though, Jim, right over there across the branch over there. There's where Carl and them's got now. There's some big walnut trees over there, and I buried them on them walnut trees, and it's so dry they didn't come up. I dug a hole there and just poured them in there. I got rid of them.
You got smarter as the
Well, one
years
time,
went on.
Papa was going to town one day, and he left me here to plow. And after 12 that day, it was hot. And I'd eat dinner, and I went back to plow, and I lay down on a bush up there, and I didn't wake up till the sun's nearly going down. I slept all in, the team still just standing there to plow. They don't go nowhere.
But the field didn't get turned.
What did Papa say when he came in?
Sorry.
Well, I don't guess he did anything in town, but Lowe's did.
Oh, he never spent no time much in town. It just took him so long to go.
Talk to everybody up
Now,
the
he
road.
walked that day.
Yes,
because
he
we
would
didn't
walk
have
there and back.
two horses, and he'd walk to town that day. And if you start walking here to town back, you
Take
ain't
y'all
got a
down.
lot of time in town to spend. Time you walk all day.
Did you walk along the road or did you cut through the field?
He walked
No,
along
the road.
But I bet he talked to everybody along the road.
Every Cole lived right over here, and he'd get up in the morning about 4 o'clock. He would start to town if he needed a bolt or something out his plow. He'd walk to town and back home in time to do his day plowing.
Couldn't done a whole day, Mama.
He
Whole
no,
way.
he got back by 8:30 or
I
something.
need to try that someday just so I can appreciate that.
Now he could walk fast, and he'd
Well,
get out early.
It's only, what is it, about 12, 14 miles from your town?
11.
11?
You could jog.
Well,
that.
it's 6 from my house, and it's about 6 from here. Something, yeah, 11 or 12.
I've checked it.
That's really not a long ways, but still it would be.
It is to
Well,
walk there
it's
and do
just
what
like-
you're going to do
it's
and then
just
walk
like
back
from
without
here
sitting down.
Up there where Pearl lives in Black Oak, why I work here every day and night after night. And if I was going every night, I'd walk up there and I was going with me. I'd walk this night after night.
all the way to my house.
Nobody thought
I'd walk
anything
up
about
there at
walking like
Cleve
that.
would walk to our house, and we'd walk to Pistols and back. He'd bring me back home and then walk home many, many times. You didn't think nothing.
Didn't have
we
quite
got
as many
talking about
overweight
the other
people
day.
in those days.
We got talking about the other day how schools. Now that's something younger people won't remember. But about every 3, not over 4 miles at the most, there was a school. There was a schoolhouse. Because it's like down here, it was a Lansing House, Old Chapel, Wildcat, Pistol, Macedonia, Elmar, Black Oak, Old Zion.
Sure.
And they was just a school. I mean, you had to be in walking distance or where you could ride a horse or something to them.
Right.
And it's
Then you had mud and snow roads too. You didn't have no blacktops.
why.
No, and when you
But I don't know you remember all them. You had some pretty weather too. Everybody keeps talking about all
but
that.
I mean,
it wasn't that way all the time.
No, but when it come a bad
when it
spell,
come.
rain or anything, you had a rainy morning, you just went on. You had good flows though. You didn't have some little light something.
And they'd have ball games. They'd all
But I
walk
guess,
from one school to the other and play ball.
well, yeah, we'd go to school
You
and
had to
go over
walk
to Pistol and play
You
ball.
just walked to Barn Springs. Leonard has, I don't know.
And then we, I guess when I was about 15 or longer, well, I'd go to the schoolhouse in the morning and build fires for them in the wintertime. So, you know, when those got there, well, they'd be a fire.
Yes, I can't remember very well the 3 of us ever walking to school together because you went earlier.
Well, no, you were younger.
Yes, and I was young enough that I can't remember. Of course, I can remember Pearl and I
we
walking
carried
together.
from the school over there. Now we carried water all the time to school from the spring right down here. We walked over here and brought buckets and carried water over to school for the kids.
This is in the summertime. Other wells and things would go
dry.
dry.
All go dry, and this was where we come. We come across the field in there all the time. Well, actually the road was over through that way, but we cut across through the woods up there and go across the field then. But the road actually come through here and went on out over through there then.
And when the kids, whoever came for the water, would come back to the school.
2 at a time most of the time.
Everybody would be so hot and thirsty and tired. And we had dippers, not individual cups. And you just line up and wait your turn for the dipper.
Drank out of the same dipper.
Yes. And hope that the one in front of you didn't drink all the water before you got some.
Now, tell me about the road again, because when we were talking last